I'm going to learn how to knit today. Hello sunflowers, welcome back. I'm Auna, and today I am once again learning how to knit as a lifelong crocheter. If you feel like you've already seen this video from me, it's because you might have. Last year I decided that I wanted to learn how to knit. I bought some needles and I filmed a nice little vlog of learning how to knit, and I'm embarrassed to say that that's the last time that I have knit since I filmed that vlog. If you can't tell from my voice, I'm sick, and it's like a weird sick where like I have bronchitis, and luckily I'm not contagious or anything, but I'm still feeling terrible and not really feeling like I'm up to doing much. So I figured that this would be the perfect time to just plop on the couch, watch some YouTube videos, and really learn how to knit. I'm so worried that I think this is gonna be so much easier than it's gonna be. I just love the clickety clack of knitting. It's so grandma and rocking chair core, and that is so me at my heart. I want to learn how to knit. Learn to knit, beginners.
So the next thing you wanna do that again.
I'm trying not to get too optimistic, but I think I'm casting on. I'm doing something called the long tail cast on method. A lot of people on YouTube said it's a lot easier to do as a beginner. I'm casting on and I'm getting like a little bit faster at it. Oh, this is so exciting. So I have fallen in love with the YouTube channel Sheep and Stitch so far. It's the one that's making the most sense to me. I just watched their video of how to long tail cast on, and now I'm about to learn the knit stitch. There's knit and purl. And then what is continental? Is continental a different type of stitch? You knit one way and you purl the other way, right? I know so little about knitting.
And if this is your first time knitting, I recommend that you just cast on a couple, like 10, 12, 15 stitches.
She just said if it's your first time knitting, don't do a bunch of stitches, do like 10. I did 35. It's fine. Is this all I do? I know there's different stitches and like a million more things to learn, but like for basic knitting, like you say, I know how to knit. I can technically knit things. Is this it? I got some weird loops there. That does not look right. Oh, it looks a little wonky at the end. So now do I just flip it and do the same thing again? Or do I have to do a different stitch? Let's go consult the YouTubes. Trying really hard not to get my hopes up, but according to the YouTube, I'm just gonna keep repeating the stitch. So when it's done in this hand, I put it in this hand, and then I do it all over again. Okay, I just went to go pee and to put on some more tea. Let's see if I can remember what I just did. I'm so sick of being sick, y'all. All right, it goes through, down the back, down the center, grab the stitch, and pull it off. I remembered. So I think until I cast off, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm comprehending this a lot better than I did last year. I don't know, last year when I was doing it, I think I learned a different stitch, and I think I was also trying to knit with a fuzzy yarn, which was ridiculous for my first time. Even if I only learn one stitch for now and one way of casting on, I feel like it's like a really good start. I mean, goodness, for the first like 10 years I crocheted, I think I only knew how to do a single crochet, because this was like before the days of YouTube, and my grandma had taught me how to do a single crochet. And she didn't use patterns, and so I didn't use patterns. And so she taught me a single crochet, and then I just ran with it. So like a lot of times people are like, why do you freeform so much, you know, crochet? And it's like, that's just how I started as a wee child. I was just making things up as I went. Like one of the first things that I made was a hacky sack, and I didn't have a pattern to make a circle. I just kept trying until it turned into a circle. So I don't know, like, what was I talking about? I don't remember what my point was. Knitting stitches, that's what my point was. So my point is, for now, I'm very happy to just learn one knitting stitch, but definitely if you knit, let me know in the comments below what stitch should I learn next, because this is actually so fun and it's so aesthetic, and I want to get better at it so I can clickety clack. I guess what I was trying to say is, even if you only know one stitch for a very long time, don't underestimate the things that you are able to do with that one stitch. So I'm going to be practicing my knit stitch for a while until I feel like I'm actually good at this, and then I will start learning more stitches. Uh-oh, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. Where did you come from? Yarn. Where did you come from, yarn? Do you guys see this? Hold on, let me get into knitting position. Watch this. Now I'm gonna mess it all up now that I'm all excited. I'm messing up. I was going so fast. Knitting is actually really fun. Obviously, I'm really slow at it because I've been doing it for 20 minutes instead of 20 years, but oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna learn how to cast off, and then I'm going to try to actually start and finish a small project tonight, because I'm gonna take my own advice here. Every single time y'all ask me for crocheting advice for beginners, the main thing I tell people is to start by picking a small project that you know you can finish, because there is something that is just so satisfying about actually finishing a project and being able to hold it in your hands. And this is coming from someone who has more whips than probably anyone in the comment section. I have so many works in progress that it's embarrassing. I need food. Do I want to have soup again for the 6th meal in a row? I don't know if that sounds good anymore. All right, let's consult the YouTubes again. Let's learn how to end this project, because that is something I did not learn how to do the first time I learned how to knit. I'm nervous about this because casting off on my knitting machine is like the worst. Actually, casting on is maybe the worst. Knitting machines are hard. I've coughed so much that I think I've like pulled a muscle in my back. It feels like a knife in my back. Whoa, I missed something. Oh no, I'm dropping everything. So casting off, I do a stitch to put 2 stitches on the needle. And then I go in, pull that one over this one. Whee! Guys, knitting is awesome. You know what I have to do after I finish casting off? I have to relearn how to cast on, because I am not gonna lie to y'all. I already forgot that part. For knitting and crocheting both being fiber arts, I can definitely see why it's so hard for people to transfer from one to the other. Like, just conceptually, there's not like a ton of overlap, at least what I can tell from my very limited experience with knitting. But I'm really glad that I came back to give this another shot, and I'm excited to actually try to finish a project tonight, knitting. I don't know if it'll actually get done tonight, but it'll be done this week. It'll be done in this video. This makes me kind of want to knit with like really big yarn. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, I just feel like knitting with like massive needles would be hysterical and fun, and hopefully wouldn't put me into a bunch of occupational therapy like what happened whenever I crocheted our 18-pound Christmas sweater. While I'm knitting, I've been feeling just like a very light amount of pressure on my like nerve damage in my arm, but it's like not nearly as much as I feel whenever I'm crocheting. I don't know if that's because I'm just like slower at knitting, and so it just doesn't put as much of a strain on my arm. But if you struggle with arm pains, carpal tunnel, nerve damage, whatever you might have, and if you knit and crochet, let me know if there's one that bothers you more than the other. Because I really just love working with yarn, and if I could get really good at knitting, that would be awesome. If I could be a little bit easier on my nerve damage. I didn't watch her finish off the project, but this part does look like crocheting, where you just cut off the tail and then pull it back through your last loop. Oh gosh, I hope that this is right. Yeah, okay, cool. You guys, it's beautiful. It's not beautiful, but it's mine, and I finished it, and it's my first ever knitted swatch. I will treasure it forever. I'll actually probably frog it and turn it into something else with the rest of my scrap yarn. But for now, I will treasure it. I don't think I missed a single stitch. Look at that thing. It's crazy how different knitting and crochet can look. But now for the thing that I have promised I am going to start and complete an entire project. And let me show you what I'm gonna make. I recently got this Bernat cotton yarn that is supposed to be specifically able to be used for hot things. So I want to try to make like a little oven mitt, a little hot plate, just a little square, something you can use to like get something off the stove, something you can use to sit something hot on. Small and attainable projects are great for beginners. Doing the method that I learned, which is the, oh no, what's it called? The tail, cast on tail method. You make it 3 times longer than you want your project to be. Make it 3 times that size, slip knot. For this yarn, it says I should be using a 4.5 millimeter needle. The closest thing I have is a 5 millimeters, so we're gonna use a 5 millimeter needle. I don't know if I remember at all how to cast on. She said put your thumb behind the yarn, touch your thumb, grab it, wrap this around the back. I think I remembered. Oh my gosh, y'all, I remember how to cast on. What? I'm learning how to knit. I can knit now. I can knit and crochet. Yay, yay, yay. Really exciting for me because like people all the time are like, oh my gosh, you're so good at knitting. I wish I knew how to knit. And I'm like, yeah, I wish I knew how to knit too. Now I can actually know how to knit and crochet. This is amazing. If you crochet, let me know in the comments if people always call your crocheting knitting, because I feel like it's just something that is going to happen inevitably forever, and that's okay. That's okay. We'll give it to them. They're trying, and that's what matters. I think what cracks me up is like some of my friends, I'm just gonna straight up call out a friend right now. So y'all know Scott Franzel. He's another YouTuber, and he's been one of my best friends for, oh goodness, 3 years now. And Scott always called it knitting, until the video where I taught Scott how to crochet, and it was so much fun. It was, you know, I'll just link it. If you want to watch it, you can watch Scott learn how to crochet. And from that day on, Scott has always called it crocheting and not knitting. So maybe that is the trick. Maybe if you want your friends to call it crocheting and not knitting, they just have to learn how to crochet. This is not at all long enough. What was I thinking? We gotta start over. Wow, that was actually really easy to frog. I've never frogged a knitting project before. I want to say something that might sound really weird, but I think some of y'all are going to just like really, really resonate with this. I almost feel like I'm struggling to crochet this new project because of how much I hate these colors together. When I was doing the turquoise and purple together, chef's kiss, beautiful, wonderful. But this salmon and blue, it's like almost hard to like look at together. Does anyone ever feel like this? Is this just me? So it's been a couple hours and we're about to take the real test of do I actually still remember how to knit. I just ordered some food and I got ready for bed, made myself some more tea, got some orange juice. Now I'm going to sit in bed and knit and turn on one of my comfort shows, probably going to be The Summer I Turned Pretty. At this point in the video, I feel like some of my regulars might be wondering where I am, might be wondering why do I have fake Tilly and not real Tilly? Like, what's going on? Are we in like an alternate dimension? So let me give you guys a little bit of an update if you want to just have a little bit of like a chat session, catch up on life. We're actually staying at Josh's family's house because, drum roll please, we had a water leak, which has led to having to redo part of our ceiling in our bedroom. It's been like a crazy 2.5 weeks, y'all. So our ceiling leak happened like 2 days before I had to leave for VidCon. So I literally packed my bags for VidCon. We came to Josh's family's house, started staying here. And while I was at VidCon, Josh did most of the work to like patch up the ceiling, but he's only done like the hard technical stuff so far of like actually patching the ceiling and making sure we're not gonna be more leaks and all that stuff. But we haven't started on any of like the cosmetic stuff. I think it's very safe to say that you can expect a bedroom renovation makeover video coming very soon. And speaking of videos coming very soon, I'm sorry that I don't have my VidCon vlog edited yet. That is also coming very soon. VidCon was so much fun. It was crazy. It's always just great to see so many of you guys. I met so many of you guys. And the amount of y'all that come up to me and tell me that I taught you how to crochet, I like actually want to walk away crying like every time somebody says that to me. It's crazy. So continuing on with the story, especially the story of where is Tilly right now. I got back from VidCon to Josh and Tilly and it was very good to see them. And we had a couple days back here in Nashville before we were going to meet Josh's family in Dollywood. If you haven't seen my Dollywood vlog yet, I will link it at the top. Side note, Dollywood was so much fun. I've lived in Tennessee for over a decade and had never gone to Dollywood. I highly recommend it. Super cozy, super cute, super fun. Obsessed with Dollywood now. Obviously we couldn't bring Tilly to Dollywood, so we actually took Tilly to my parents' house and they have been babysitting for us since we went to Dollywood. Right when we got back, we were supposed to go visit my parents because, well, for one, to get Tilly, but two, because today is my dad's birthday. And I'm very sad that I'm not there with him today, but I got sick. I did go to the doctor. I got a bunch of tests ran. I don't have COVID. I don't have strep. I don't have the flu. They did a chest x-ray because they thought I might have pneumonia. I don't have pneumonia. So the doctor just said that I had bronchitis. He said it's not contagious, which is good. Because I was like kind of confused. I was like, Josh, how are you not sick yet? Because I was seeing Josh like every day. But we're all good. I'm not contagious. I just have a cough and I'm on medicine to hopefully kick this out of my system ASAP. So I'm just resting and trying to get better. And hopefully in a day or two, I'm going to be able to go and celebrate a belated birthday with my dad and also get Tilly. See Tilly? It's been like a week and I miss her so much. It's like the longest I've gone without seeing her since we adopted her. Tilly is our calico cat, if you guys are new here and don't know who Tilly is. She is pretty much the most amazing cat to ever live, if I may say so myself. And I miss her a ton, and it's very strange that she's not laying in my lap right now while I'm knitting, because usually I can be crocheting and she's just snuggled up in a ball in my lap, just being the sweetest little cat to ever exist. Did I catch you up on everything? Okay, Tilly, I'm sick, travel, why I'm not at my house right now. I think we're all caught up. So I'm gonna go turn on The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I'm going to knit until I fall asleep. And this is taking a very long time compared to crocheting something this size. But it's only, what is today? Today's only Wednesday. My videos don't come out till Monday. So I am determined to finish this knitting project and be able to show it to y'all by the end of this video. So I'm gonna go turn on my show and knit, and I will see you guys in about 2 seconds for you, but a day or two for me when I finally have some progress to show y'all on my knitted project. Hello friends. Okay, it's been like 2 seconds since you've seen me, but it's been a few days since I've seen you. I'm feeling better. I am finally visiting my parents for my dad's birthday. My knitting project is almost complete. I'm reunited with Tilly. She's currently doing her business over there. Good job, girly. We're doing my dad's birthday party in about an hour. And okay, this is what I made my dad for his birthdays. My parents do like a ton of entertaining, and all of their tables are like really, really old, like antique wooden tables. So they always are looking for like cute, what are they called? Like hot pads, I guess. So with the same yarn that I knit this out of, I made like a hot pad. I don't actually know what they're called, but it can like, you know, be on a table and you can like put stuff on top of it, and then it can be like hung up. And it's that yarn that is specifically made to be able to take heat. So I was thinking, I know my knit project is not the best thing that I've ever made, but these two things could kind of go together as like a set, like two different types of little hot plates. So I'm going to cast off and then make a little loop for this and then wrap it for Dad's birthday. Do you want to come up, Peace? Hi, how are you? Do you know how much I missed you this last week? What do you think about knitting? Do you think knitting is as cool as crocheting? Hey Tilly, can I show you this? What do you think? Does it look like you? She's like, that looks nothing like me, and I'm offended. Last one. Tilly, I'm on the last one. Are you proud of me? I knit, y'all. I knit something. Oh my God, I'm so excited, and it's so cute. I definitely have some weird places where I like miss stitches and stuff, but not many, just a couple. Y'all, that was amazing. So my grandma tried to teach me how to knit when I was a kid. Not the same grandma who taught me how to crochet, my other grandma. And I was already crocheting at that point in time. And I remember like her just trying to show me knitting, and I was like, this is awful, what is this? And so like, I don't even think I fully learned how to cast on. And then about a year ago, because you guys have been asking me a lot if I knew how to knit, I decided to attempt to learn how to knit, and it went pretty poorly if I'm being super honest with y'all. And I don't even think I cast off. So this is officially, in my 31 years of life, this is my first ever knit project. And I've been crocheting for, the exact number is honestly up for debate, but I think like 22, 23 years, something like that. So if you crochet and you've always wanted to learn how to knit, if you knit, you've always wanted to learn how to crochet, this is me telling you, you can do it. Doesn't matter if you're 15 or 55 or 102, whatever you guys want to try to learn, you can do it. You can see like right here where I dropped a stitch. That's okay. Oh, and it goes nicely as a little set. Wait, they're so cute. They're so cute. Okay, let's go give them to Dad. I am very happy that my dad both likes handmade and utilitarian gifts. So it's fun trying to think of things that I can like make for him that are also like very useful. I think last birthday I wood burned a set of coasters for him, and they actually still use them. So this is so cool. Dad, can I give you a birthday present before people get here?
You can.
All right. It's handmade, of course.
So they're hot plates.
Wow.
So for
very
like the table.
cool. That's not crochet.
It's not crocheted. I learned how to knit this week, and
Wow.
that's officially my first ever knit project.
So perfectly tight.
So this yarn is specifically made for heat. So like, you know, it won't like melt or nothing weird will happen.
We might put
to
that in the
it.
RV.
Do it, yeah.
Or maybe in the kitchen. That matches our colors.
Either way, that's why I kind of did the blue, thinking it would look good with the tile.
Oh, thank you. Right.
Oh, well, you're very welcome.
Oh, love you, baby.
Love you too.